In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. My dear soul, at this very moment there are two people who are thinking about you in different ways. You may not be aware of it, and there may be no clear sign in your physical world, but on an emotional and spiritual level, their presence is still connected to your life in some form. One of these connections brings a sense of peace into your inner world. It does not disturb your thoughts or create emotional pressure. It feels steady, even when there is silence. It does not force itself into your mind or demand constant attention. Instead, it remains calm, like something that exists without chaos.
Pause. The other connection is completely different. It creates confusion inside you, even when nothing is being said directly. It brings emotional uncertainty, where you find yourself questioning what is real, what is stable, and what is simply temporary. It pulls your attention in different directions, making your feelings feel inconsistent and unsettled. And what you need to understand is that this situation is not random. It is not without direction or meaning. Very soon, the reality of both of these connections will become clear to you in a way that will not leave room for confusion anymore. There will come a point where you will no longer need to guess, analyze, or overthink. Everything will begin to reveal itself naturally, without you forcing answers. Stay with this understanding, because what is unfolding is closer than it appears. Even if your daily life feels unchanged right now, deeper shifts are already in motion. Sometimes life changes quietly before it becomes obvious.
There is a presence in your life that thinks about you in silence. This is not the kind of energy that creates noise or emotional pressure. It does not try to control your choices or demand your attention. It does not push you into emotional extremes or force you to respond in a certain way. Instead, it exists in a calm and steady form. When this presence comes into your awareness, it does not create anxiety. It does not make your heart race in confusion. Instead, it feels gentle and grounding. It brings a sense of emotional stability that is rare to experience when life has been emotionally unpredictable. This is the kind of presence that does not overwhelm you. It does not invade your thoughts. It simply exists in a way that allows you to feel safe within yourself. When you think about this person, your inner world does not become chaotic. You do not feel the need to question your worth or your place.
Instead, something inside you becomes softer, more settled, more at ease. It feels like a space where your emotions can rest without being disturbed. It feels like something familiar, even if you cannot logically explain why it feels that way. It feels like home in a quiet sense, not because everything is perfect, but because your inner self does not feel threatened in that connection.
This person may not always be physically present in your life. They may not constantly express their feelings in dramatic or overwhelming ways. They may not always communicate in a way that keeps your attention constantly engaged. But their energy does not disappear when they are silent. Even in silence, their presence remains steady rather than unstable. And when you think of them, your emotional state does not fall into confusion. Instead, it becomes calmer, as if your thoughts are slowing down naturally. There is no internal conflict. There is no emotional panic. There is no fear of losing yourself in overthinking. And this is important to recognize because not every connection in life creates the same internal response. Some connections activate emotional chaos, while others bring emotional balance. Right now, you are becoming more aware of this difference, even if you have not fully named it in your mind yet. You may already notice that when you think of certain people or situations, your body reacts differently. Sometimes your thoughts become heavy and restless. Other times your thoughts become quiet and steady. These reactions are not random. They are part of your inner awareness trying to guide you. There is a deeper intelligence within you that does not speak in words. It speaks in feelings, in sensations, in emotional signals that rise without explanation. When something is aligned with your peace, your mind does not feel pressured. Even if there is uncertainty, there is still a sense of emotional safety underneath everything. But when something is not aligned with your peace, your mind becomes active in a different way. It starts searching for answers repeatedly. It tries to fix what feels unclear. It becomes stuck in cycles of thinking without resolution.
This difference is something your inner self already understands, even if your logical mind is still trying to interpret everything. What you are experiencing right now is a phase where clarity is slowly building. It may not arrive all at once, but it is forming gradually inside you. Over time, your understanding of these connections will become sharper and more grounded, and when that clarity fully arrives, you will no longer feel the same level of emotional confusion you may have felt before. You will begin to see people for who they truly are in your life, not just based on how strongly they affect your emotions, but based on the kind of peace or disturbance they bring into your inner world. Because emotional intensity is not always the same as emotional truth.
And silence is not always emptiness. Sometimes silence carries the most honest energy of all. There is only a soft, steady feeling that everything is okay. And then there is the other person. This one is different. This one pulls you in strongly, almost like a force you cannot resist. Their energy feels powerful, and at times, it feels exciting. But at the same time, it leaves you asking questions. It leaves you unsure. It leaves you wondering where you stand. You feel close to them one moment, and then suddenly something changes. You feel distance. You feel doubt. You feel like something is missing, but you cannot explain what it is. Their presence can feel intense, almost like something you cannot let go of. It can feel addictive, like you keep going back even when it does not feel right. But it is never stable. It never gives you the peace your heart is searching for. You have felt this before, haven't you? That back and forth feeling. That moment where everything feels warm and right, and then suddenly everything becomes unclear. That feeling where you are lifted up and then quickly dropped into confusion. This is not something you are imagining. This is not something you created in your mind. This is your inner self trying to guide you. This is your spirit showing you something important that you need to understand. It is trying to show you the difference between what is real and what is not, between what is true and what only looks true for a short time. One person is truly connected with you. Their presence does not disturb your peace, it adds to it. Their energy does not confuse you, it supports you. They do not make you question your worth. They remind you of it, even without speaking. Their silence is not empty, it is full of care. Their distance is not rejection, it is respect. And even when they are not near you, you still feel a sense of balance inside yourself. The other person is not the same. They are connected to you in a different way. It is not a deep, peaceful connection. It is more like an attachment. It is something that holds on tightly, but without giving you stability. It makes you feel something strong, but that feeling is not always healthy. It keeps you thinking, keeps you wondering, keeps you going in circles. You may find yourself trying to understand them, trying to fix things, trying to make sense of what keeps changing. But the truth is, you were never meant to feel lost in something that is right for you. Real connection does not leave you confused. Real connection does not take your peace away. It does not make you question yourself again and again. Right now, your heart already knows the difference. Even if your mind is still trying to figure it out, your heart has already felt both energies clearly. One feels calm, steady, and real. The other feels heavy, unclear, and unstable. Very soon, something will happen that will make this difference even more clear to you. It may be a moment. It may be a conversation. It may be a sudden realization that comes from within you. But when it happens, you will see both people for who they truly are. You will no longer feel confused about them. You will no longer question what you feel. Everything will become simple. And when that moment comes, you will be faced with a choice. Not a choice based on emotion alone, but a choice based on truth. A choice between peace and confusion. A choice between something that supports your growth and something that keeps you stuck. You deserve the kind of connection that brings you peace without effort. You deserve someone whose presence feels like a safe place, not a storm. You deserve something real, something steady, something that does not come and go without reason. So pay attention to what you feel, not just in your mind, but deep inside your heart. Because your heart is not trying to confuse you, it is trying to guide you. And very soon, everything you have been sensing will become clear in a way you cannot ignore anymore. Stay aware, stay honest with yourself, because the truth is already moving toward you. And when it arrives, it will change the way you see everything. And there is a clear difference. The soul that is in alignment brings understanding. The soul that is only attached brings confusion. Right now, both are still linked to your energy in some way. But this will not continue for much longer, because something is going to take place. A moment, a simple talk, a small mistake, that will reveal everything that was hidden. The one who has been hiding the truth will not be able to keep it hidden anymore. Pay close attention. They will pause when they speak. Their words will not match how they truly feel. Something will seem not right. And this time, you will not overlook it, because you are not the same anymore. You have changed. You have grown into someone stronger. You are no longer the person who mistakes strong emotions for real love. Now you see something deeper and more real. True love does not rush you. It does not leave you confused. It does not make you doubt your value. It brings you a sense of calm. And the person who truly loves you will show it openly, without fear. No games, no hidden things, no unclear signals, only honesty. You might feel like something in your life is slowly coming to an end, even if nothing around you looks clearly finished yet. It can feel like a strange shift inside you, like you are standing between two versions of your life, one that you already know and one that you are not fully seeing yet. But what is really happening is not a loss. It is not something being taken away from you without meaning. It is something being removed from your path because it cannot stay with you anymore. It no longer matches the direction your life is moving toward, even if your emotions are still attached to it. There are connections in life that do not stay forever. Some of them come only to show you something important about yourself. Some of them come to reveal your emotional strength, your patience, your limits, and your truth. And once that purpose is complete, they begin to fade, even if slowly, even if confusingly. The connection that has been bringing confusion into your life is not as strong as it once felt. You may still think about it often. You may still feel pulled toward it in moments of silence. But deep inside, something has already started to change. The emotional grip is not the same as before. It does not feel as clear. It does not feel as certain. It does not feel as stable. And even if you try to hold on to it mentally, your inner world is already starting to step back from it. At the same time, there is another energy in your life, or coming toward your life, that feels completely different. It does not create pressure inside you.
It does not make your thoughts race. It does not leave you questioning your worth or your place. Instead, it feels calm in a way that is almost unfamiliar at first. Because when you have been used to emotional intensity, calmness can feel strange. It can feel like something is missing, even when nothing is actually missing at all. But this calm energy is not empty. It is steady. It is balanced. It does not push you into emotional highs and lows. It does not pull you into confusion. It simply exists in a way that allows your mind to breathe. You do not have to chase anything in this process. Chasing only creates more confusion. Forcing things only creates more resistance. What is meant for you does not require constant struggle. It does not require you to convince it or prove yourself to it or hold it in place through fear of losing it.
What is real will stay without force. What is unstable will move away without being pushed. Your only role right now is awareness, not control, not pressure, not overthinking, just awareness. Because your body already knows more than your thoughts are willing to accept. Your body reacts to truth before your mind can explain it. It sends signals through feelings, through tension, through calmness, through discomfort, even through silence. When something is aligned with you, your body relaxes in its presence. Even if your mind is unsure, your inner state feels more open. There is less resistance. Breathing feels easier. Thoughts feel less chaotic. But when something is not aligned with you, even if it looks attractive, even if it feels exciting at first, your body begins to show signs of discomfort. There may be tension you cannot explain. There may be confusion that keeps returning. There may be emotional instability that comes and goes without reason.
That is your internal guidance system speaking to you. Very soon you will experience a moment of understanding that feels unexpectedly clear. It will not come as a long explanation. It will not require you to analyze everything step by step. It will feel more like a sudden clarity, like something inside you finally clicks into place.
And in that moment, what once felt complicated will become simple. You will look back and see why certain things did not work out the way you expected. You will understand why certain people moved closer and then distanced themselves. You will understand why some situations never became stable, no matter how much effort you put into them. And when that understanding comes, it will not feel like punishment. It will feel like release. It will feel like your mind finally stops carrying something heavy that it was never meant to hold forever. You may realize that what you once thought was rejection was not rejection at all. It was protection. Life was redirecting you in ways you could not see at the time. It was removing confusion before it became deeper. It was preventing emotional exhaustion before it became permanent. Sometimes, what feels like losing someone is actually gaining clarity. Sometimes what feels like distance is actually redirection.
One person in your life may have come with a purpose that was meant to teach you something about emotional attachment. They may have shown you how strong your feelings can become, how quickly your thoughts can attach, and how deeply you can be affected by inconsistency.
That experience, even if painful or confusing, shaped something inside you. It made you more aware of what you tolerate emotionally. It made you more aware of what drains you. It made you more aware of what does not bring you peace. And then there is another presence that is different from all of that. This one does not trigger confusion in the same way. It does not create emotional instability. It does not pull you into cycles of overthinking. Instead, it feels like something that does not disturb your inner balance. It may not always be loud or dramatic. It may not always demand attention, but it brings a different kind of energy into your life, a quieter one, a more stable one, a more grounded one. And even if you do not fully understand it yet, a part of you already responds to it differently. So, do not hold on tightly to what feels heavy inside you, even if it is familiar.
Familiarity is not the same as truth. Something can feel familiar simply because you are used to it, not because it is good for you. And do not doubt what feels calm and steady just because it is not intense. Peace does not always feel exciting in the beginning. Sometimes it feels quiet. Sometimes it feels unfamiliar. But over time, it becomes the most stable place your heart can recognize.
Because what truly belongs to you does not need to confuse you in order to stay connected to you. It does not need emotional chaos to prove its existence. It simply feels right in a way that does not require explanation. And when that clarity fully arrives in your life, you will not need to search for answers anymore. You will already understand. And that understanding will change how you see everything that came before it.